I would like to talk to you today about your mental health. During the lockdown, many of us have been feeling fed up. We can't see friends and family. We're worried about ourselves, and others, catching the virus. The things we usually do, have been cancelled or postponed. All of this has an impact on how we feel. Many of us are in the same boat, and there are things you can do to make yourself feel better. No matter how mentally healthy, resilient, or happy, we all have times when we need to cope with something difficult. We all cope. We might do it consciously or without thinking. You might come in from school, college or work and sit in front of your games console, or you might go for a run. Some of the ways we cope are healthy and build resilience, others are destructive or just mask a situation we don't want to think about. We are going to look at some positive ones and some others you should probably avoid. There are many ways to cope, and we all use ones that suit our personalities and needs. Something that causes stress in one individual might help another person. It doesn't matter if you cope differently to everyone you know. The important thing is that you find something that works for you. No matter who you are, there is probably at least one activity listed in this video that will help. We will divide them into the following categories. Number 1. Diversionary activities. Number 2. Social or interpersonal methods. Number 3. Cognitive coping mechanisms. Number 4. Tension releases. Number 5. Physical activities. Number 6. Spiritual activities. And finally number 7. Setting your limits.
Hi. I am Ellie. I want to talk to you about doing some diversionary activities. These are things we can do which take our mind off things which are bothering us. To start, we can try being creative. Write a poem or a short story. Keep a journal. Draw, paint, craft something. You could play an instrument. Sing, dance, act. It's well known that putting our mind to something creative helps promote good mental health. Creative activities are an outlet for some of the emotions we have when we're stressed or anxious. You don't have to be a fantastic artist or musician. If it makes you feel better, then that's fine. So, I like to take scenic and wildlife photos. It relaxes me and takes me away from whatever's going on. This is one of my coping mechanisms. Creative coping mechanisms are great. You always have something to show for it. An end product. Things which distract you and which are relaxing are very good for you. Take a shower or a bath. Light some candles. Do your nails. Read a book or a magazine. Do something to pamper yourself. If sitting about is getting you down, get yourself out in the garden. Do some pruning, potting, digging and see how your hard work improves things. Go for a walk. We might need to avoid large groups but wander to a park. See some local woodland or drive or bus further and enjoy the sights and the exercise. Even shopping is now okay. With precautions. You could take a holiday or at least plan one. In the house itself you will have loads to do. Clean out the cupboards. Get rid of old clothes or jazz them up. Spring clean. Sort out some items for charity. In moderation, technology is brilliant. Make sure you space it out with other healthy activity. You can play amazing games, fight dragons, build worlds, do a course or do some amazing YouTube tutorials to learn some new skills. Watch TV. Have you seen all the box sets available now? Listen to music and watch concerts. Watch things which are funny. Lots of cute kitten videos always cheer me up. Finally, don't write things off until you try them. There's a world of new skills and interests ahead of you. People need other people. Making sure you have social interaction is really important and for many people, quite difficult. Things are loosening up, but there is still an uncertainty. There seems to be many confusing rules and restrictions. Things are changing all the time. You need to talk. Do it any way you can. Text, telephone, over the garden wall, online in social networks, or using video technology like Zoom, Teams, Skype and FaceTime. Sometimes you need to offload your feelings and worries. This helps us to cope. Talk to someone you trust if things are getting too difficult. Try and spend time with friends and family. If it gets too bad, speak to a doctor or self-refer into a talking therapy or support agency. Think of local charities who may be able to help and get in touch with them. Set the boundaries which make you feel safe and comfortable. Say no if you don't want to do something. Being assertive gives you a measure of control, and this can help us to cope. We've already discussed this, but try to laugh. Humor can lighten the mood and is good for your mental health. We also need to interact with colleagues if we work or students at school or college. That part of our life has changed drastically. Don't forget your pets. Interaction and quality time spent with your fur babies or critters is really good for you both. Helping others is a great way to cope. Offering encouragement and support helps you and the person. You can do this online or through volunteering as things begin to return to normal. Cognitive coping strategies are things you do to retrain your brain to think a different way. You can do stuff like make a gratitude list. Write down all the things that make you happy and that you are grateful for. It's nice weather. I have my family around me. I can speak to my friends. I can draw or paint or read. Appreciate the garden or the local woodland. By remembering we have lots to be thankful for, we start to concentrate on the positive and move away from the negative. If you have a problem, you can try to brainstorm solutions. What could you do to fix that situation? Just write down all of the ways you could solve your problem. Write what is likely to happen, good and bad. Sometimes writing things down like this can help us see new ways of solving problems, or that what could happen isn't always as bad as we think. Maybe your expectations of a situation are too high. Having unrealistic expectations of how you think things should go can cause you to feel low, frustrated, even depressed. You need to achieve what is achievable and stop beating yourself up for things you can't control. Face it, everyone is in the same boat. Keep an inspirational quote with you. Mine is, "You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore." That was said by Christopher Columbus. Other things include trying to be more flexible. Act the opposite way to your negative feelings. You could write a list of goals with a reward when complete. Write a list of your strengths and regularly remind yourself of them. If something looks hard, then accept a challenge with a positive attitude. All of this helps you think in a better way, which in turn makes you feel better. The third topic is coping through tension releases. You can exercise or play sports, take out your stress by expelling your anger. This is called catharsis. Yell, shout, punch a punch bag. Crying helps. Laughing also helps. What's next? Looking after yourself can help you cope. There are many physical coping mechanisms. A big one is sleeping enough. It's good to get at least 8 hours sleep as an adult. Try to eat healthy foods. A good diet helps your mental health. Get into a good routine. Again, the pattern is good for you to do something structured. Even stuck in the house, it's a good idea to do something. So 10 a.m. every day you can take the dog out or go for a walk. Have regular healthy meals. Phone a friend of a relative at 7 p.m. A plan for the day helps us a lot. Eat a little chocolate or food you like. Limit caffeine. Caffeine makes us edgy, interrupts sleep patterns and can affect us very badly. Practice deep and slow breathing or meditation techniques. Look up YouTube tutorials for meditation, mindfulness and yoga. All are great physical coping strategies, and mindfulness is a cognitive coping strategy too. Spiritual coping mechanisms suit individual people, depending on their beliefs, and can be very comforting. If it's your thing, you could pray or meditate. Other people enjoy nature. Getting involved in a worthy cause has long been a great way to help people feel better. Helping others can take your mind off your own problems and lets you learn new skills and feel useful. Finally, we have limit setting. If you are too busy, you should think about dropping some involvement. If you feel tired or pressured, your mental health can be really badly affected. Learn to prioritize important tasks. A list can help, and ticking off your achievements helps you to feel like you are getting somewhere. Use assertive communication. Say what you mean and say no if you need to. Schedule time for yourself. Pamper yourself, do something you love, and this will leave you feeling refreshed and in a much better place. Now let's move on and look at the negative strategies people use. The ones we need to avoid.